There is real evil. It lurks in the darkest shadows in our most ordinary towns. Between the worlds we see and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality.
I figure I'll keep that short, simple. Man, welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. This is Terry and Irene with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. No, we are in Arizona tonight, chilling with some friends I've met a couple years ago, and man, I'm glad to have them back on the show just to see what they got going on, and to see have things been going with them in the paranormal community. The last time we talked, it was pretty interesting, but I'm trying to see if things have changed. So, all you guys that are on the different platforms tonight, I'm going to go from left to right this time. So all you guys on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Twitch. Oh my God, so many. Welcome to the show, guys. How is everybody doing? And let's have some fun. How you doing, Irene? You doing all right? Oh, wait a minute. The last time we were on the show, Irene was not with us. So let me introduce you guys to Irene. Are you guys ready for this? Hello? I can't hear y'all. I can't hear them.
Oh, you muted it.
There you go. Oh. Can't hear them.
Just message them.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me? I can't hear them.
Message them again.
Okay, don't touch. Can you hear us now?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. The last time I was with you, you guys were with me. Irene was not part of the show. So, guys, let me introduce.
That was weird.
You guys are there? Yeah, that was
no,
weird.
I'm here.
Let me introduce. Yeah, that is weird. Hey, it never fails in Arizona, man. There's always something weird going on. It never fails. Thunderstorms, mics going out, the guy standing behind you. There's a lot going on over there.
Yeah, the light behind Bree's shoulder,
Yeah. But anyway, guys.
Let me go close that curtain real quick. And I'm going to get Terry's beer.
Hell, you drink it up before you sit back down.
Terry, tell them about me.
I am. You got to give me a moment there, kitten.
No! You take too long.
Oh,
Okay,
my
come on
God.
now. 10 steps to the fridge. All right. Let's do this.
Where's the beer? I don't see no beer.
Cheers.
I got Cheetos.
Cheetos.
Cheetos and beer goes good, man. I can do Cheetos and beer. That it's a lot of calories, but I do drink Busch beer, so I kind of take that off a little bit. But anyway, guys, the last time you got on the show, Irene was not with me. She is officially my new co-host. So guys, Brian and Bree, welcome Irene from Japan to the show.
Oh, hello, Irene. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
She is a very, very unique person. She's well known in the paranormal community as a psychic, clairvoyant. She speaks and to the dead, well, they're not really dead. She speaks to the other side. She normally yells and screams at me for unknown reasons, but I'm kind of used to that. But yeah, I think she's been on the show about what, a year now, maybe two, maybe a year.
Year.
Yeah, I'm forgetting. I'm getting old. But
How
yeah,
old
so
are
let's
you?
walk. No, you're not. Let's welcome her to the
Yeah.
show, guys.
Oh,
Welcome, Irene.
Welcome. So tonight, yeah, Irene, tell them a little bit about yourself.
I'm a psychic medium clairvoyant. I see things that go bump in the night. And if you have anything weird in your home, I'll tell you.
Well,
Sounds
does
cool.
Brian count?
Well, I do see something, but we'll talk about later on.
Oh no, our house is active.
I know.
We know it.
Yeah,
What was that, Irene?
their house is active.
Oh, our house is ridiculously active. We have
both of y'all.
stuff moved around all the time. We just tell them to knock it off. And they're
Why does
respectful.
this always happen to me?
They are incredibly respectful. We do have a lot of artifacts that date back to the 1800s. To the mining history in town that are in our house. A lot of stuff that's really attached to those items or those particular items, because those ones that they like to move around, just kind of let us know. But it's nothing that we can't live with, on a daily basis.
And you got kids in your house too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense too.
Mm-hmm.
Darn it.
Now you know why I have
guys,
to eat all the time when I'm on your podcast. Because every time you have somebody, you always have something going on. And yeah, it drains my energy.
Well, get your popsicle. You gotta get
I
that
got
popsicle going
coffee.
there.
I got coffee, Cheetos, and popcorn.
Okay, when's the movie?
Yeah, right. Hey, we're watching John Wick this weekend. The whole John Wick trilogy.
There you go.
So,
Right on. Haven't seen the haven't seen the fourth one yet, and I don't know if I want to or not. But you know, we're just hanging out. What was that?
No, I don't think it's as good as the first three.
Oh, what, 4?
I
I don't know. I mean, it's just from what I've heard about the ending, they left it too ambiguous. So you know.
Yeah, but I don't think he's dead.
No, it's John Wick. Well, it's John Wick. You know what? They can't kill him. You know. But yeah, couple of things going on. With what we got going on with the team. September, we have stuff on calendar. Podcasts, obviously this one right now. We have an investigation coming up at the Undertaker's coffee shop here on the 22nd. And then we have a pretty big announcement coming out towards the end of August, but we're waiting on the official date to when we're gonna put that out. I did make an announcement, a while ago, a couple months ago, about it for people to kind of stay tuned. We have a podcast with Spooky Shed from England in September. And we have one location that we can get into to go check it out. But last time we tried going there, I had a massive migraine, and the lady who owns the business, she woke up just feeling just sick to her stomach, just out of nowhere. So we kind of took that as like, well, okay, it wasn't time to get into that particular building. But we also didn't take it as a sign where, hey, you know what, we don't want you here. But sometimes, and a lot of times, there's things that are out of our control that go on behind the scenes. And all right, if it's a sign that, okay, maybe it's not time to go in and, you know, and investigate the building, you know, and, you know, possibly answer some of the questions that the business owner has, then you know what, I'm not going to push it for my safety, for Bree's safety, or, you know, even the safety of our client at that point, you know.
Interesting.
Okay, that person who's doing that, he's doing that on purposely just so he can make people not go in the place, but it's a shield. It's just a prompt.
Oh, are you talking about the one in August or the one with potential in September?
The one that gives you a headache.
Yeah, it's the one in September.
No, that's Sarah's place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's Sarah's place. That's Yellow Canary.
Yeah.
That's the one that if you tell him to cut it out, he will stop. Yeah.
Yeah, there's another place in town where things kind of went another quote unquote self-proclaimed chief exorcist of the paranormal world went in there and kind of stirred some stuff up and did some stuff that he wasn't supposed to do, and kind of like basically not really ruined it, but just kind of he just changed the way that everybody does paranormal investigations in there moving forward from when he was in there.
You know, I hate that.
I called him on it.
I hate that when somebody does that. You know.
Well, I flat out, I call. I mean, you know, and I reached out. I reached out to a couple of my guides, and you know, I ran the scenario and the situation with them, and you know, it's the perfect. He said the perfect thing, and I'm gonna give a shout out to my brother Hero from Unearthing the Supernatural. One of my guides I reach out to for help, for assistance. You know, if there's a situation where I feel that I need a little different insight on it, I reached out to him, and he's like, look, he goes, all right, yeah, you know, you can't control spirits in a location. You can't control who goes in there. He goes, the devil himself could go in and have a cup of coffee, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. You know, and he goes, "You're not gatekeepers." I'm like, "No, we're not trying to be gatekeepers, and we never will claim to be." Okay, well, you know, you can't go into this building because of this, or you can't do this because of this, because we say so. But we also have a sense of responsibility in town, to do things the right way, and it's finding that right balance of gatekeeping locations and. You know, and God, I mean, yeah, all right. If I had the ability, I mean, you know, I know the limits of my abilities with the paranormal. I hear things, I smell things, I catch things out of the corner of my eye. You know, those are my abilities, and I'm confident and I'm comfortable with the abilities that I was blessed with. But I'm not going to claim to be something that I'm not, because there's way too many people like that in our field recently, or even over the last 3 years. I mean, you know, as Terry, you know, I mean, I've been intrigued with the paranormal since I was probably about 14, 15 when I had my first experience, and I'm going on, you know, mid 50s now. So I've been interested in this field for a long time. You know, only really seriously been doing it since probably about 2003. It's when I had, you know, it's when I really started taking it more seriously. And I've seen people come and go. They claim this, they claim this, and all you're doing is making the whole industry look bad. That's why there's a lot of people that question what we do, because there's a lot of people that just want the sensationalism of the whole thing.
You got another.
Exactly.
You got another gift. Do you know that?
What's that, Irene? What is it?
You're gonna be able to see them later
See
on.
them more
Mhm.
or more than what I do now?
More.
Okay.
But the thing is that you have to. It takes time. Okay.
Yeah.
It takes
No,
time.
hell, I got time.
Um.
Right.
Uh. You're lucky because when it came out to me, it went boom like that in front of my face, and that was it. And I said, I don't want this, and I still don't want it. But yeah, it's like a friggin' curse. But you're gonna see more, and you're gonna see them as they are later on. But you're gonna have to take time to meditate, and as you see more, it might scare the shit out of you. Okay,
Oh wow.
and he's
Well,
quiet.
I think a lot of that has to do, and Terry knows this is is when I got in my car accident in '93, where I was I was legally pronounced dead and flatlined and given last rites and all that fun stuff. So, and I think that I've been to the other side. I haven't seen it, but I've been there. I know I've been there. And
As
it's
far
like
as
you
seeing
said. I
things,
mean, it's a curse, but it's a curse, but it's a blessing because if that allows me to help more people out than what we do now, then why not?
wait until you get on my side of the brand fence.
Uh,
I want.
no, I
Hey,
can't
can
talk.
I?
No, I can't talk to your dead cat, but but your grandma says hi.
I
Sorry.
can talk to your dead cat if you want me to.
No,
You said
no.
a dead cat. Hey, dead cat needs. I mean, they need some closure too.
Yep. I mean,
Looking for that food bowl. So
but
yeah,
you see, when you see things, it's gonna be more as they were when they passed, and sometimes it's not gonna be very pleasant because I get cold cases, right, and I see crime scenes, and it's like that. But
yeah.
it's gonna be like that, and the
Yeah, I've
more you
got
see it,
we had my best friend, my brother blew his brains out last year,
hmm
about a year ago. And I see images of how he looked right after he did it.
hmm you know he's standing right behind you, right?
Huh? He's always here. I've
Yeah, I know
got
he's standing right behind you.
what do we have in his house? House from his house.
From his house, other than clothing.
I've got clothing. I've got mining artifacts that he went out and dug up from the surrounding desert and the mines. I was the one that laid him to rest where he's at, where he's at up in the mountains. I mean, I'm the one that scattered his ashes up there, and only 4 people know where he's at. There's not a day that goes by that he's not with me, and I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
He there's something about it that he's not quite settled yet. Well, we'll continue on, and I'll tell you later on as I get into this.
That's going to be
Terry,
interesting.
Terry, it's gonna take you're gonna owe me a dinner afterwards. You know that, right?
Terry's shaking his head like, what did I get myself into with these 3?
But here's the thing: I didn't do anything.
That's your
Host on
fault.
the show, man. Host on the show. But
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it's just, I mean, it's just the ability. I mean, going back and I think last we didn't do it. We did it last year. We didn't do it the year before, did we? No, this is the 4th year of Global.
I think it's the third.
No, yeah, you're right. No, this is the 3rd. This would be the 3rd year of Global Ghost Hunt. With AJ Capasso and Dave Schrader. We decided figured we'd roll the dice and run it back again for the third year, and we're looking forward to that. And first weekend of October, we're doing that one. October 4th, we're doing Global Ghost Hunt. Super excited about that one. We're going to be trying a couple of new things. We're familiar with the location. Spirits moving in, moving out, constantly going through. And there's a new building that they put up on that's on the property or on the footprints of the original buildings. So we're really, really super excited to go on there and see what's there because, as anybody who's investigated for a while, anytime you go on a new location, if there's any spirits that are there, you're going to walk in there. They're going to say, "Oh, hey, someone new. Let's see, let's see what we can do. Let's see how far we can push. Let's see what we can, for lack of a better term, get away with." Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Do you know you have a dead body buried in your backyard?
What?
Under the palm tree? Really? Dating back to when?
1800s.
Yep, doesn't surprise me.
Sense, yeah.
Doesn't surprise me because this was these were miners' cabins or miners. These were miners' cabins, miners' tents in our exact neighborhood. So no, I'm not surprised.
You got two.
That's probably why he likes to go digging in certain areas.
That would also explain the pentagram or the pentacle. It's the pentacle that's in the back of the property. That would also explain what's going on at Buzz's house two doors up.
Yep.
We have a friend of ours. It was 1880s miners cabin. There was actually two of them on property. He redid one, turned it into an 1800 saloon. We've gone there. We've investigated there a couple of times. That place is just ridiculously off the charts. So I'm not surprised actually.
The pentagram is nothing because I do practice witchcraft too.
Yeah.
And pentagram is a form of protection.
Yep, that's what it's. It's nothing negative. There's no negative notation to it.
No.
We've actually done our research on it. We kind of know the family who put it there. And no, it is. There's no negative energy attached to it. And I'm kind of glad. I'm glad we have it back there.
It helps. It helps stop the nefarious things going on in there, so that's why it's there. And do not remove it.
Oh no! It's not on our property. No, it's on the property next to us.
Yeah, but it's saying to me, do not remove it. Leave it there. It keeps the place safe from what.
Yeah, we've noticed. We've noticed. We have friends of ours. Ridiculously talented, mediums, psychics, that everybody we've talked to recently, there is a massive energy shift, not only in Tombstone, but in Cochise County lately.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of unexplained animal deaths, a lot of weird bad juju and weird shit going on in Cochise County lately.
The energy is changing because the veil between the paranormal, between the spirit world and the human world is very thin now. So you're going to get more coming out between the spirit world and the regular world where we live. And there's going to be more knocks, some oops. And oh my God, yeah.
No, Bree's taking the dog outside to go to the restroom real quick.
But you're going to see more stuff coming through. And the thing is, how do we live in a balanced world with it being around and how do we coexist together? And especially the dark ones are going to be around more. And so we have to learn how to control that and the other spirits.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff stirred up, and like I said, this goes back to this guy, and I'm gonna be professional. I'm not gonna call out his team by name because I'm not like that. I mean, I'm not gonna put the guy on blast, worldwide, because that's not who I am. But coming in and doing this and doing that, and saying that blaming everything, and just, oh my God, the reason this is happening to you because there's a dark entity or there's a dark energy in your building that, I need to do this so we can remove it. And I'm like, dude, no, what goes back here, it dates back to, it dates back to the ancient ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that term, Terry, I mean, you heard that term. It dates going back just millennia. You're talking beginning of time, if not before that. Spirits that have been around, and we have those spirits in town.
Yeah.
We have the ones. We've had people come through. We've had. We're talking Native American. We're talking, the Apache. We're talking about the ancient Apache spirits. We're talking about, we're talking about the Mayans, or the Mayans, or even the Aztecs that came all the way up as far north as into like Idaho and stuff like that. So you have millions or thousands, if not thousands and thousands of years of energies and entities, and all based in one area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna have some things that are on the meaner side or darker side of the spirit world, but not everything is a negative entity or entity or in town.
No. You also have a couple Native Americans who are buried on the land too. You know that.
Mm-hmm. Let's call it crystals for the win.
Well, stuff happens, right?
But there's nothing negative though. We don't feel like we don't feel like we're threatened.
No. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that, yeah. But the ones that are buried on the land, you have to. You have to also. It would be nice if you buried some wildflowers outside. For them, because you can't plant anything that you can eat out there because it's not going to survive.
We have a planter box in the back. We have a raised planter bed in the backyard we can use.
Yeah, plant some wildflowers out there. Blue and red ones outside will help. And if you have, get a stogie, like a cigar, and use it as an offering, because they'll appreciate it more and it'll help.
Yeah, tobacco.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the front, on our front porch, we have a covered porch. Front porch on the covered porch, we have different minerals, different rocks, different quartz, and stuff like that. That is that's the offering to the spirits of the miners that are on property on the neighborhood.
Yeah.
No, they love those. Yeah. They'll move those. They'll move those every once in a while. I'll go out and one's been moved or one's been twisted. I'm like, I didn't move it. So they like that
because they want it in a certain way, and they think that it's important if they have it in that particular way. So you have to leave it.
Yeah.
Don't change it.
Interesting.
Okay, Terry.
Have you? Yeah. Okay. Well. Oh, did y'all see that?
Behind you?
Have you guys
Something's messing with Terry.
Uh-oh.
As always.
No,
Have you
something's
guys?
something's messing with Terry.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Have you guys did any new collaborations with any new organizations that's in the area?
We've tried. We've had a couple of teams that have come down. They've come to Tombstone. They've done stuff, and but as big as our social media presence is, down here, I mean, we're averaging our reaches. We're reaching anywhere between 11 and 12,000 views a month, which is pretty big for as small as we are. There's people that come down. We were in Tombstone. We came down. I'm like, y'all didn't let us know you were coming down. Oh, we didn't know you were here. I'm like, how do you not? It's on our logo.
Right.
We have the basically Tombstone 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse as our logo. How do you not know we're here? One of the most well-known images of the gunfight at the OK Corral was the walk down. It was a walk down on Allen Street from 5th to 6th. That one block or that 2 blocks, whatever. One of the most iconic scenes ever in the history of Westerns or Western history in the United States. How do you not know we're here? Is my thing.
Well, you got a good point there. Hey, Irene, what's that gentleman name we met that lives in Arizona now? What was his name? He's always on TikTok. We had him on the show.
That's one of
Is
your
it
guys,
Mike?
not mine.
I'm too old for TikTok.
Yeah, what was his name? Mike? I know his name is Mike.
Torino?
No.
What part of Arizona was he from? Like Phoenix? This is there's a team out of Yuma. Our friends Tim at EVP Paranormal. We worked with them. God, it was about 4 years ago. Well, 5 years ago we worked with them out in Yuma.
No, it wasn't 5. It was like 4.
4 years ago in Yuma. We haven't really done a lot of collaborations. Last one we did was with Kevin from Wild Night. When we did Global Ghost Hunt last October. That's the last collab we did. And we always
Echo Mike. That's his name.
Yeah,
Echo
Mike
Remember
Torino.
him?
That's his name.
Well, I didn't know his last name, Mike Torino.
Mike Torino. Look this guy up.
I work with him.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I don't think he's I think he moved to Arizona. Uh-oh.
Echo Mike would be his call sign.
Hello, Potter
Ecto Mike.
Paranormal. How you guys doing? Hey, Irene's always in trouble.
No, I'm not.
Ecto Mike.
Not as much as you are.
Ecto Mike and Graves.
Mike Torino.
Yeah, he's in Ecto Mike and Graves. Yeah,
He's
he's in Mesa. Ecto Mike TT.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up in Mesa. His cover photo is 5th and Allen.
Mm.
Yeah, Ecto Mike and
he's
Graves.
a cool guy.
6th. Yeah,
172.
172. Yeah, he looks like he just got started out recently.
I work with him.
I mean, he just moved down there. I think he just moved to Arizona last year.
Okay, he had Globe. Oh, Matt. Oh, yeah, I know him. I know one of the guys who he works with. Mackinville Paranormal. I refuse to work with that idiot. I'm sorry. Not Ecto Mike, but Mackinville Paranormal. Yes, I will call you out publicly. I personally think you're a moron with what you try and do in this town and how you try and profit off it. Yeah, Mackinville. I'm sorry. I'm going to call you out publicly. Like I said, I think what you try and do in this town, you're an idiot. I don't like.
Wow.
Yeah, Tara, I'm going to be blunt. I don't like the guy. I think the way he does it is shady as hell. And it's all about the dollars and screw the history.
Yeah.
Forgive me for getting a little outburst there, but
You're good.
if I see somebody try and profit off it and do it the wrong way and be a complete, absolute dirtbag while doing it, and I'm going to call you out, I will throw your name under the bus. I will call you out on the rug every single time, and I don't care about any repercussions because you're a flat out idiot and you should hang up your equipment and quit doing it.
But Brian, let's talk about that for a moment. I was talking to Irene about that. As much as we disagree with these people, we need them. We need them to keep ourselves. We need them. I mean, we need them to keep ourselves good.
To a point.
You know what I'm saying?
We need them to a point. But you cross that line, and all you're doing, I mean, places that he's gone. We've been to the same place, and half the shit he's got it. The places where we've gone in after, half his shit's made up, and we proved it.
Okay. Now, is it possible? And I don't know the guy. I've never met him. Is it possible? Because we all know how the paranormal community works. We all know how. Is it possible, Brian, that things might have happened that you've never experienced that he actually? I'm trying to give the guy a bone. I'm trying to.
We've seen it. We've seen the videos. The guy who owns the property where this guy went into, he's a friend of ours. We know that he's a good friend of ours. We've known him since before he moved to town. We've had conversations with this guy. We've seen the video, and he came in and this guy McInville. I'm sorry, I'm going to call you out again. He came out and what did he try and do? He tried to film an investigation. He tried to film a movie.
Oh, that's right.
Based on a paranormal investigation, and he hired all these actors and all this crap and stuff like that. And they do a lot of stuff out of like the Globe area. They go to the train station, the Globe Miami area, old mining towns and stuff like that. And they sensationalize it and try and turn it into a, for lack of a better term, a B-roll movie that, hell, my dog could probably film better.
Oh shit!
And he's an arrogant ass. He's come. He knows. Going back to collaborations, he knows we're down here. I reached out to him when he was coming down here. Hey, you know what? Let's do something. Let's meet up. Let's meet up. Let's go for a drink. Nothing. Not a damn thing.
That reminds me of somebody that I know that came to Japan and did the same thing.
Yeah.
It starts with the letter Z.
Yeah, it's just the guy's arrogant. The guy's arrogant. Then all of a sudden he goes to shoot this movie that's based on a paranormal investigation at the quote unquote bloodiest intersection in Tombstone, 5th and Allen. Everything he pulled out the last minute. He shit canned the project. People were like, well, what the hell? Oh, well, we after consideration, we decided not to do it. And, because the director pulled out or, some bitch ass explanation. And he just left a bad taste in town as far as the paranormal people coming in doing anything because of yahoos like him.
That still sounds like the person that I know that starts with the letter Z. And you all know who I'm talking about, right?
Oh yes, we do.
Did his name sound like Mac? Does his name rhyme with Mac?
Yes.
Yeah, biggest tool bag in our industry, man. Guys been possessed so many times with demons. I'm surprised he's not on Dante's 7th level at this time. Jesus. Yeah. You get the reference. I like you got the reference.
Potter, I'm just chilling, man. I'm just chilling, bro. I mean,
No,
No,
I know I sound passionate, and like I said, I try not to call anybody out, but
Something like that.
it goes back to cloud. It goes back to respect. We put blood, sweat, and tears into building our brand, building who we are, building where we're at today. And for somebody to come in and try and piss on it, I'm going to defend you. Oh, there's my dog, Shadow. He's saying hi to mom.
But
Someone
But,
said Paranormal Triage. Hey, love Tombstone. It's a cool place. Someday we will go back. Paranormal Triage. Yeah, guys, hit us up, man.
yeah.
Hit us up on social. Yeah, we'd love to collab on you with something. Got a lot of cool places and stuff like that. A lot of business owners, places and stuff like that. No, get your butt out of the camera. Yeah, Triage, hit us up, man. Come out. Like I said, we'll take you to some places. We'll give you a little bit more deep history. And that goes to anybody who wants to come down here. Hit us up. That's what we're here for. We'll show you guys some, show y'all some cool spots. A lot of history, a lot of stuff that we're familiar with and have been able to get into. Is because we put in the one coffee shop. Yeah, Undertaker's Coffee Shop. Yeah, our friends Wyatt and Nicole. Yeah, really, really, really cool place. Building. It's not one of the original buildings. It's actually burned down in the fire of 1881. Burnt down completely. Rebuilt. Burnt down in 1882. That building hasn't really been around for that long. Not as long as people say. Not knocking that, not knocking the building. Like I said, our friends Wyatt and Nicole, great place. Love you guys to death. Gone there a couple times. Got a bunch of really, really cool stuff. But going back, we can get you guys in. Yep, that's the one. Undertaker's Coffee Shop.
Espresso bar.
Actually, Undertaker's Espresso Bar now. Yep, that's the one.
What a name, Undertaker, right? Really?
Yeah, the history behind that, and we're gonna touch base on that in a second. Paranormal 27. Oh my lord, that is one you should not have brought up.
Oh damn.
Yeah. But it's just one of those places, like only one person has proven that it used to be Watt and Tarbell's Undertakers.
But there's no paper.
There's no actual historical. But again, with the fires and it being our archives got moved to Bisbee, some stuff got lost. So
Potter Paranormal. Hey, Chris, what's going on? Paranormal Triage. Yeah, hit us up when the podcast is over. We'll talk. Yeah, Brie, you were saying about the documentation in town.
Yeah, so some places. So we say we believe that's where Watt and Tarbell was possibly, but two different fire maps label it different. One has it as a brewery, one has it as the Undertakers. But again, archives got moved to Bisbee, and some stuff did burn in the fire. So it's hard to say what is actually what, but we do get a lot of activity there. So who knows? Yeah,
it's a lot of locations in town. Like I said, we date back to the Sanborn fire map from 1881, 1882. Y'all are talking 146 years. Street numbers change, or address, street numbers on or business numbers on buildings change. Did some detail. Yeah, it was an interesting journey. I've heard about some rumblings there, so we get it. Like I said, Triage, well, hit us up. We'll talk after this. We run into that a lot as well. Business owners say, "Well, my place was this, my place was that," and we're not going to take anything away from business owners, because if that's what you were told by whoever you bought the building from, then and we try and back up locations with as much documentation as we can possibly get. We'll pick up a location and, I will do as much historical research on it as I possibly can. Not only the building, but also the business owner as well. So I can tell as much of the story of what's there as we possibly can. And that's our way of paying respect and homage to the people that founded this town and made it what it is today.
Now, let me ask you guys a question, because I always wondered about this. Let's say Tombstone, there's a general store. We'll just use that. There's a general store that Bree was saying that has no documentation, and you guys go in there and you guys start doing the research on it, and you come up with something, but not a lot. Yeah. Now, does that actually go into the archives for that building, or is it does the state actual document your findings? Do they stamp the seal of approval on that? How does that actually work?
We are not tied with any government agency. It's more so for our clients reference. So, they can use that, like it's all right, they can use our reference and stuff like that. Anytime we go into a place, it's like, we use that as marketing for them, to help them, highlight their business and stuff like that. I'm sorry, Potter, we missed that. We'll catch that. Just posted a pretty controversial question about the ownership. The banter did not appoint. Disappoint.
It's true.
Yeah, we'll talk. No, we'll talk about that, Potter. Yeah, we'll talk about that. What we're gonna do is after the podcast is over, we're gonna go back and thank you. Yeah, very, very good, Triage. Yeah, we do appreciate that. We'll go back and answer as many questions. But yeah, as far as like the documentation and stuff like that, all documentation that we give that directly to our client. We really don't do a lot of residentials anymore. But whatever we come up with, we give that to our client at the end of the investigation, and whatever they choose to do with it, that's up to them,
Because I always wondered, because there's locations that have no history, and that building has been standing for almost 100, 150 years. So when you do a little digging, you will want to put that in the archives, and and somehow, some way, you will want to have have that information.
Yeah,
stuff in so people.
Yeah, it's hard because we could find something out.
It's a coin flip. It's hard to do, and you can touch on this. How do we like when we tell people there are so many people that believe buildings used to be this. They've been told that buildings have been this or were this for so long. We come in and with the biggest pin possible, and it's already a sensitive situation because we're going in there. I don't want to be the jerk that bursts her bubble.
Well, I am that jerk that bursts the bubble.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brie.
Yeah. So kind of to touch on that, like the birdcage here in Tombstone has always been a controversial topic. People say, the prostitutes, the shady ladies. But someone recently published a book saying there is no documentation ever saying it was an actual cat house, brothel, whatnot, where their live performances, yes, but just the way it was arranged, there's no evidence that it was.
It's sensationalized it to make it sell better. That's why.
Right.
That's why they do that.
The cribs on top were for high-paying customers so they could get a better view of the stage. The 143 bullet holes that are actually about half of them were made by a hand drill and bust your bubble. The world's longest poker game did not take place in the basement. It didn't take place there at all. And the prostitutes' cribs that were supposedly underneath the stage where this supposedly longest running poker game took place, those were actually dressing rooms for the performers. I'm sorry, bubble burst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the part where I really, you see, somebody wrote it someplace. it gets sensationalized. Everyone thinks that that's what happened, but it's really not the truth. And oh, there are some places that are around that really don't tell what really happened.
Right.
And you see, and I think I'm here to give homage to the ones who passed, but not for the same reason as other people would think it would be. It's to give peace and and rest to the ones who really to what really happened, and to show
Yeah,
that that's not what really happened, and maybe let people know that no, that's not what really happened, and whatever was written was a bunch of malarkey, right?
Right.
yeah. It's. I mean,
No,
it's just. No, go ahead,
go
Terry.
ahead. Go ahead. No,
No,
go ahead. I was going to say
it's being in a tourist town. Everything's haunted. It's always the one who like once again. This is rated R. The people
Exactly.
who can come up with the most bullshit sell the most tickets,
Yep. 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 Yep.
and it's not our job. Like I say, not gatekeepers, but we our goal. I mean, our core values: honor, history, respect,
Mhm.
and we
yeah,
stick
I
to that.
agree.
Yeah. And you know
Because
what? And you know what?
we
We
try and tell
should.
the stories. We try and tell the stories
Yeah.
of those who aren't here to speak for themselves.
Yeah.
And if no
Uh,
one will, and like I said, if the
I would
stories get
totally.
lost, or if the stories get lost, or no one's here to tell them, then we lose history.
and it's our kind of like our responsibility to be the truth seekers, and to show the real history about the place, and not some garbage somebody wrote up a little while ago and threw it out there. But you know what? That gets more recognition than what we do, right?
Right.
But
Exactly. And you know what? And you know what? Then I'm sorry once again. Then we're the assholes for telling the truth.
I know, and we get criticized
Mhm.
because we're telling the truth, and it doesn't sensationalize it enough what really happened, and so we get said, "Oh, you're a bunch of lying little bleep bleeps," but actually, it's the other way around, right? We're not the liars; they're the liars, and we're the truth seekers.
We touched on the people who had nothing to do with a gunfight in Tombstone. Like I said, Paranormal Triage, you need to hit us up. We need to have this conversation outside of the podcast.
Uh,
We need to talk, my friends.
there, I talked to them on Tiki Talkie too, but it's just it's frustrating for me because when I go into place and I said, okay, that man killed that lady. She got pregnant. She didn't. She got pregnant by accident because she had. It was this place that I know was a brothel, and she got pregnant by a guy, and she had a little boy, and the guy got jealous and he drowned the little boy in the bathtub in the other room.
Oh
And
gosh.
you see, and nobody really talks about what really happened except this little boy who haunts the hotel. And like, tell the friggin' truth, okay? Don't be afraid of what really happened there because it'll set you free, right? and
Right.
and not worry about the sensationalizing of everything else.
Yeah.
It
Potter
just
Paranormal just made a comment about it, calling the paranormal entertainment industry
exactly
sensationalism sells. It's just like
exactly
media.
exactly
It's
what sells more
it's what
tickets,
it's
right?
what is the biggest bag of BS that I can make up to sell tickets?
Yep. Oh, that sounds like the letter Z word too. Yeah, he does that the same way.
Yeah.
I I
I,
I, I, thi-
I
I think it gives us the most horrible reputation because
Yes, it
we're trying to clear our name to make it say, hell no, no. We're going to tell you exactly what happened there,
Yeah.
and we want to tell you the true story about it. And you pick and choose, but it's not my
Yeah.
like I said,
And we're
it's
saying, well,
not my
it's
it's not my responsibility to show you what really happened because I'm just gonna bring it out there. You can take it or leave it. If you don't like it, well, you can go stick it up your grill. Please
Yeah,
leave.
it's entertainment. Like I said, everyone. I mean, and this the one term, and everyone who's listening can probably agree. I absolutely hate the term ghost hunter. No,
Yeah,
we are investigators.
yeah.
We are
Actually,
investigators. We are
actually,
investigators.
we
We are
we are
we
truth
we, we
seekers.
are we are a consulting agency.
Yep.
I'm not a social media influencer. I'm not
No,
this.
no, no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
a
no.
video producer. I'm not this. You know what? I'm not going to be dancing my happy ass on TikTok because nobody wants to see that.
No.
We are
But
investigators, and
yeah,
jobs as investigators, we get to the bottom. We do the digging. We do the dirty work, and sometimes at the end of after all that digging, the stuff that we come up with.
yep. You see, that's why I said that I do cold cases, and that's what it really is. It's a cold case, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with the truth shall set you free. Okay, that's the old thing, and I believe it it does have value, and it does have it's concrete evidence, and it's for me to bring. I'm here to bring it out to you. You could run with it, or you can deny it. I don't give a rat's ass because this is what I do, and this is my work. And there you go.
Yep,
Well,
exactly.
hey, we gotta welcome the new member to the podcast. Hey,
This is Shadow. Shadow is my service dog. He likes
Wanna
me.
say hi?
He will say hi.
Look, you know where the
Look,
camera
who
is.
that? Who that? Oh
hey,
no.
all right.
There's Shadow. Hey,
Hey,
what's
Shadow,
up?
we're gonna do 2 marks. Hey, we're gonna do over here. Hey, we're gonna do
No,
two marks for yes, one mark for no.
No, yeah,
Shadow?
Shadow's my 2.5-year-old Siberian Husky Blue Tick Hound service dog. Got him when he was 2 months old. Trained him myself, about 180 hours of training. Fully trained PTSD and a TBI survivor service dog. So he comes in every once in a while. He's just been chilling all day. He's kind of been kind of just been hanging out. So he's like, Dad, okay, I want to come say hi because you guys aren't talking to me. Look, there he is. Hi.
Shadow?
Who that? No,
Shadow,
Daddy.
Shadow, do you like what they do? Do you
He
like
goes
being
with
a
us.
paranormal investigator too?
He goes with us. He's an investigator.
See?
Well, his very first investigation was the first day we got him, actually. So he slept the whole time, but he was 2-month-old puppy, but he did well. He's gone out on a couple with him. We try not to take him if there's a place where there's a lot of activity. We try not to take him because they like to mess with him. He has his own protection crystals and all that fun stuff. So every time we go out, he always has the same level of protection that we do against anything that might happen. So, well, he's cool. Now he's a husky ball. Now he's sleeping. That's my boy. Was what?
Stay out of trouble there, puppy.
All
right, guys. Hey,
his head's on my lap now. He's just okay. Dad, just pet me, and you're not talking to me. Hi.
all you guys on TikTok, man, if you got any questions for Goose Flats, please drop it in the chat, and I will get it out to them, please.
Yeah, let us know, guys. I mean, we appreciate all the comments, and Potter Paranormal. I've seen your work, man. Keep it up, man. You were probably one of the most legit, straightforward teams that I've seen do. I mean, I've seen investigations and stuff like that, and you're right. Don't sugarcoat it, man. And I used to be like that. I'm like, oh my God, at this point, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to put our findings out there. I'm going to put my opinion out there because we've been doing this for so long. Because we are now one of the more well-known teams out of the United States. We put the work in. We're internationally known. We have the respect, dude.
I told you he thinks he's a cat.
He thinks he's a cat sitting right behind me. We've put the work in, and to have the respect of international teams from all over the world, it's just it blows us away because we're just, and we can't really say this anymore. Yeah, we're a small team from the middle of nowhere. Well, yeah, we can't use that anymore because people know who we are. People respect our opinions. And that means the world to me. And did I ever think, when we set out doing this, I want to be well known, or I want to do this, and this. No, that where I'm at now, put the work in. Like I said, Potter, I've seen some of your work, man. What you do is amazing, and keep doing what you do, and touch base on, for everyone who's just starting and stuff like that. Keep grinding. You know what? You're gonna get there, and don't let anybody tell you no, and don't take no for an answer.
Interesting. Yeah, Potter. Stay out of trouble too.
Yeah, Potter's Potter's a cool cat, man. He's interesting, but he's cool.
Yeah. I've had him on the show. I think twice. Once around the first time when you guys came on the show, he was on the show right after you guys. And,
yeah.
And I've had him this year. Yeah, he's a very interesting young man.
Yeah, Potter's cool. I like him. He's a good kid.
But yeah, guys, man, you guys are you guys just focused on Arizona right now, or do you guys want to venture out New Mexico?
Depends on finances right now. We're gonna be going to Vegas next year, next April. Probably do a couple of things, a couple of small things up there. We're gonna go see a really good friend, almost a family member up there. Probably stop and do something that probably hit a cemetery or something like that.
We like cemeteries.
Probably hit a cemetery like out in the middle of like a smaller cemetery or like a small ghost town or something like that. Probably just do a little mini stuff. But there's so many places, and we've got New Mexico that we're trying to get. We're trying to do probably do New Mexico sometime later next year. But being a small team, and doing this for funsies. Finances are a pain in the ass. So, and what I'm about to say may piss off a lot of people, but I've said it before. We never have and never will be a team that goes to a pay-to-play location. Or we will never go to a location just because, oh my God, did you see? Oh my God, Jason Hawes from Taps went there. Or, oh my God, Zach Bagans went there. Or, so-and-so went there. And I get there has to be a balance between, funding historical locations. But if you look at what people charge for locations now, and a lot of changes and, a lot of ownership and stuff like that, Velasca Axe Murder House, the Conjuring House with what's going on with Jason from Taps. It has gone where they bleed you dry, and the average small mom and pop investigating team or, kids or whatever, nobody can do it anymore because everybody's being outpriced.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I do believe in, I understand keeping the water going, keeping the roof fixed. I understand that, but they shouldn't charge that kind of money. It's
$600 a night, $700 a night for one night. For you're talking $70, $80, $90 a person. That's just to get into the location. That doesn't cover your hotel costs, your food costs, your expenses to get there.
Yeah,
you're talking
exactly.
about you're talking. We've been last year. 2 years ago. Was it last year? Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
I don't remember. When I went to Texas.
Oh. 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I went to a couple of most haunted places in Texas. Went to Terry. Went to the Hill House and Haunted Hill House in Ballenger.
Time out.
Been there, done that.
First of all, no. First of all, you didn't even tell me you were coming to Texas. Second of all, you went. Which Hill House did you go to?
Haunted Hill House, Mineral Wells.
Why'd you go that place? That lady's a kook.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
He didn't have a choice.
I didn't have a choice. I went through a veterans organization. Oh my God! And I'm gonna Sonny. Her old man's cool as hell. but and I'm gonna get shit for this too. Everything there's made up. Ain't nobody got no damn demon named Toby.
Well, that is the first one. I've never even heard of Toby.
No,
But
that's the demon. That's the demon that lives in the attic. That's the one that growls. That's the one where you can't film more than 2 minutes of footage, or no more than 2 minutes of video footage. And if you post it, they will slap you with a $500,000 lawsuit.
interesting. And you said you went to Bellinger?
Ballinger, yeah. Old Park Hotel. Old Park,
Alright,
yeah.
so that's
Old Park when Connie and Dan owned it.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Dan
Connie.
is the
Connie. I
biggest-
never met Dan because Dan was working, but I met Connie. I worked with Connie. Connie, who used to own Old Park. Connie's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart, but her husband is the biggest Trump supporter in West Texas.
Oh,
And I wouldn't, if I would have knew that,
yeah.
I probably wouldn't have went there the three
Right.
times that I would. Now, from
No,
what I
we
hear,
did-
he's out.
We did.
From
We
what
did a
I
tour.
hear, From what I hear, he's in East Texas now. He just bought a location out there that's going
I've
to
heard
turn.
that.
He's going to do the same thing. You know
I
what I'm
haven't
saying?
heard that, but yeah, no, that was to a different location. But you know, we try and stay in town. Like I said, we still have we've been to West Arizona. We still have like White Mountains. You know, the Indian reservations up there. We're gonna go to. You know, we have a couple other places in Arizona. I mean, we haven't even done our whole state yet.
Yeah, we don't charge for residential either.
We don't charge for anything. Oh, what?
Well, we don't. Yeah. So what we tell people, if they want to donate, that helps goes towards expenses as far as our equipment. If we are trying to travel, we put all that towards it. But yeah, we don't ever charge as far as like going to someone else's house.
Oh, somebody asked if we charge for anything.
No, they said something about they wouldn't charge to go into
Well,
visit.
I don't charge, but if you give me access to the refrigerator, I will take up on it.
Right, I'll take back the fridge. Yeah, but I mean, going back to the pay to plays. I mean, it's everybody's getting priced out now. It's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
and we're going back. You know, it is a sensational. Well, you know, and I've seen locations use this. Well, so and so from such and such Ghost Show was here. You know, you need to come here. No, I don't. You know, it's just because someone's been there. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go to location just to say that I've gone there because so and so or such and such has been there just to put another feather in my cap.
Nah,
Exactly.
I wouldn't go there either. You know, because there are plenty of great places that have just as much, even better activity without paying to play, I think. And as far as paying to go to a place, yeah, everything's free here. You pay as much as $4 to see something haunted here because nobody
Right.
wants to do anything. Nobody wants to do anything with paranormal is not very popular here. So even though it's really haunted, I just go out my front door and I can see something haunted. Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's me. But you know, it's ridiculous because I'm so used to paying $4 or $5 to see something
Excuse me.
haunted, and I could take you there, and it's not very expensive, and you could have a lot more fun, and you could see a lot more. And if you could take a lot more pictures. No one's gonna bug the shit out of you because they don't really care if you do anything that's paranormal because they'll say, "Huh?" and they go, "Yeah." But you know, it's
Yeah.
kind of silly. It's kind of silly, right?
Yeah, it's. Here, let's move
It's
on.
ridiculous. Actually, it's ridiculous. Okay. And even though a place is not very well known to have people that do paranormal investigating, you're not going to get shunned or you're just going to get looked at real weird, right? But yeah, and it doesn't make sense, right? Because there's a lot of places all around the world that's really friggin' haunted, and they don't charge like they do in America. And you know,
Oh,
I
that's a good one, Potter.
I don't. I just don't. I just. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there is. There
Hell, I'll
is.
take that job.
Um,
Right.
there's a lot of houses too that are abandoned that you can fix it up and it's yours. And you see, there's no HOA, no nothing. And some of the houses are free.
Uh,
Okay. And yeah, it's crazy haunted. But the spirits are a little bit different. They're a little bit more. They're in your face more. Okay, that's why I don't do anything paranormal here, and that's why I do it with Terry instead, because it's a lot safer.
yeah, there's places that I know of in town, or even 20 plus miles. I take places that will absolutely terrify you.
Yeah, exactly,
With the
exactly,
activity.
exactly.
I mean, you will run out there screaming like a little girl. You
I,
know,
you know,
you're like, oh my
that
god, like never
that
going back.
that's you
The
know,
whole white streak in the hair horror movie type thing.
that's why I think I pick and choose my poison, because there are some places here that I will never take you because you will not come out alive. There
Yeah,
are there's a forest, there is a park where the soldiers ran on during the war, and it's closed off at 9 o'clock for a particular reason, because you will not be there the next day.
did
And
someone just have
you
a bird call behind them, like a dove type thing, happen?
I don't know
I
about
just
that.
when you were talking about the forest right in the background. I mean, it was like a dove cooing,
Yeah,
real like super pronounced.
yeah. um
Put that beer can down, Brian.
What?
Put that
You
beer
got to put the
can
beer
down.
can down.
Oh, beer's down. No, I was just flat out. That was weird.
I heard it too. I thought it was like a dog howling, but you heard a
That was
bird.
Terry's. That's Terry's stupid dumb thing. But
What the hell?
yeah, you could turn
Blame
you
it.
could turn
Hey,
around
just,
and
just blame it on me.
you could beat him afterwards.
Look, I'm what? It's weird. I'm getting blamed on everything, and I have not done. I've just been sitting here like a good boy and just minding my p's and q's. And
Okay, I'll get you next time. Don't worry. And you know what? Your bill has just gone up 5% now since then. Yeah,
my bill.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ain't no goodness of the heart type thing from here.
yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of places that you shouldn't go.
She makes me
Yeah,
drink
we're
a lot.
trying. It's just we're really looking forward. There's a group, White Mountain Paranormal Investigators up in the, like I said, up in Sholo, up in White Mountains, up in the Apache territory. Where we want to go out and check out some stuff up there. Some really really cool stuff up there, from what we hear. We had an opportunity to go out to Phelps Dodge Hospital in Ajo, but
Hmm.
they opened that one up. Well, they opened that one up again. But we got to be careful with the dog, because there's a lot of asbestos, a lot of lead paint and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I got to be real careful with him, because all right, yeah, we can wear respirators and stuff like that, but I'm not going to take my dog into a situation where it could be, detrimental to his health,
Hmm.
just to gain a few clicks type thing. I've heard a couple of things. Say, I've heard a couple other teams went up there. I think AZ Pie, AZ Pie just went up there. They caught some. They caught some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
There was another one that went up there. We got to be careful. But like I said, our next one's going to be we're going to be doing some stuff in the Vegas area, or in Nevada, like Southern Nevada.
Hmm.
Southeast Nevada. That'll be probably on the way up. That'll be on the way up when we go up in April. Then
Hmm.
after that, we're looking about depending on finances, probably be the White Mountains sometime next year. Then
Hmm.
next year we're looking about doing something up in Silver City, New Mexico would would be the next quote unquote list, or not really bucket list, but that's the next on our list for as far as places to go. So, but we're staying busy. We're staying busy with we're doing podcasts and we're doing stuff down here. So we try and do one a month. Right now during summer we don't do a damn thing. But we'll do we'll do a podcast. We'll do an investigation here and there. Because we're also we also don't believe that we're one that has to do something constantly every weekend. What are you doing this weekend?
No. Yeah.
I know because people get burnt out. And I see a lot of the smaller, newer up and coming teams saying, you have to do everything every weekend. You have to do, you have to do, 2-3 investigations a month. No, you're going to kill yourself. You will get burnt out. You will get burnt out of this industry and you will quit because, it's physically and not physically or mentally possible to run that as far as investigating.
Also,
not hurting yourself.
Also, you know what? If you use your energy quite too often, you will get burned out. But as far as on this side of the rope, I have to get cleansed every 6 months. So I go here to get cleansed every 6 months at that temple. Because what I deal with is just a little bit too much. And it gets kind of like dangerous.
Paranormal hangover. Oh, he farted.
Yeah. And it gets kind of friggin' dangerous. So you have to.
Good for you guys, Josh.
You have to clean whatever that you dealt with, and it's just a little bit too much for my body. Yeah. And I deal with it, and everything depends on me, right? Because I protect the people. I watch out for anything dangerous, okay? If there's anything dangerous, I have to deal with it by myself, and that's a hell of a lot of responsibility, right?
Right.
And it gets friggin' dangerous. And people don't realize that whatever you do leaves a mark on you, right? And you have to learn how to shut it off. It's not like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do this, let's go here, let's go there, let's go there, let's go there, but afterwards it wreaks on your body, okay, mentally, physically, and everything else. And it's I do it because I lived in a haunted place and nobody wanted to volunteer to help me, so that's why I turn around and do it, and that's why I help other people. But it's my reason for doing it. But it's something that I'm dedicated to, right? And I'm the vessel. They come to me and they tell me, and I try to help them, whether I remove them from a haunted house, or I remove them from a residence that they haunt, that the new people live there, and you're no longer allowed in there, and I kick out the dark ones. Yeah, that's my job, right? And it's not a fun job, let's put it that way. And it gets pretty monotonous sometimes, and Terry knows, and things happen when I'm doing it that I really can't see it because I'm busy doing something else. And during podcasts too, it gets hard sometimes for me, and sometimes I just have to say, okay, I got to take a rest, and sometimes I have to quit. I have to quit during a podcast because it's just way too much for me, and it gets way too heavy to me, and it gets way too dark for me, and I've done that before too. It's just it's not as simple as people think it is.
No, and I wish. I mean, and we've been at this now for an hour and 20 minutes. I think they say the younger teams out there just starting, don't kill yourself. I mean, like you said, do one thing, and all right, if you have abilities like myself and Bree, and anybody who's been doing this, anybody who's been established for a while, don't y'all just take care of yourselves, because I personally I've seen it. I've seen the effects, or I've seen what happens with my own eyes to someone who really had no fucking clue what they were doing. And then we have to, and we just had a recent situation here in town where, they do something stupid, and we're the ones that have to deal with it. We're the ones that have to deal with the fallout of you being stupid.
Yeah.
And we're the ones that have to clear it up.
And somebody has died because of that too.
Yeah,
like, you could lose your friggin' life, right?
yeah. I've seen people. I've seen people go mental, not really insane, but it changed them mentally to the point where it just completely just jacked their. I don't even know if the guy's still alive or not. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the guy's still alive or not. But I know it drove. I know what he did. It drove his mom mad. That I do know.
Explorers here, young explorers, Japanese explorers, they're about 30, 20, 25, 26 years old. They go into a haunted house here. And if you don't know what the shit you're doing, you're going to be in big
Exactly,
trouble. And the guy died.
Yeah.
He checked himself in the hospital. He came out in a box.
Yeah. Yeah, like Potter just said. I mean, like I said, I mean, I started getting involved in this in 2003.
Yeah.
I worked I was a grave digger. I mean, I was a grave digger and a crematory manager for 5 years. That's what got me into that. But I've been into spiritual. Back when it was called spiritualism, not paranormal. I've got 14-year-old. I've got about 23 years active in the industry. But since I was about 14, so I've been there, but I've seen stuff that's made me think. I've seen stuff and I've experienced stuff that made me question things.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also been opened up to so many possibilities, and I met so many amazing people in this industry that I would have never met.
Yeah. Sometimes I go dark. Sometimes I'll stay away from social media for 2 weeks.
You have to
just sit there and I just meditate, and I just sit there and I eat modestly. That's what I do before any investigation too. With Terry telling me that we're going to be going there, I said okay, and I eat modestly and I meditate for 2 weeks before I go on anything. And you don't know what you're going to get into. I could see before we go there, but you don't know what's out there. Plus alpha with that too, right?
No, you don't, and that's just it. And you can never really prepare yourself for what's out there because you don't know what's out there on any of it. Any cold case, Irene, any case you get called to assist on, you don't know what's out there. You don't know what you're going to experience when you get out there. So,
and then as soon as he takes me, and I go, "Oh shit!" Sometimes I say that.
Prepare for the worst and hope for the best is all you can do,
Yeah, and I was thinking, oh damn it, oh Terry, yeah. He goes, what? And I go, okay. And he goes, what? And I go, I ain't telling you shit right now. He goes, the reason why, if I tell him, he's gonna have that in his head, right? So I don't want to tell him, and there's stuff that you can't tell anybody else, right?
I'm laughing at Terry shaking his head and laughing over here.
But
there's not much in there.
You can't tell anybody. There's stuff that happens that you can't tell another person, or you can't release that information
because they're gonna look at you like you're nuts.
Oh, not just that. It's dangerous, and plus it's not for everybody else, right? It's not for everybody.
No,
it's not for you.
And they don't want to believe it. How do you explain? I mean, how do you explain sitting in an empty building that's sitting in an empty building where you have stuff that you debunk it, right? You go in, you set your. I mean, as an investigation, you go in, you set your baselines. You know what? You go in, you check, you do your temp readings, you do your wind readings, you check for breezes, you check for electrical, any electrical fields that may come out that might trigger any of your equipment. You do all your baselines first. How the hell do you explain something that weighs quite a lot moving on camera or moving right in front of you?
Yeah.
How do you explain that to rational, to normal people? You can't.
No. You see, I go in there. it's what I call naked because I don't use anything. I don't need anything. I'm the REM pod that Terry uses, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm I'm the physical REM pod. So I don't like using equipment because it messes with what my head. I like I like it when Terry uses it because it just validates what I see and feel and hear, and that's why I like it. But other than that, no, I'd rather not. And you know what? Spirits here don't like equipment at all. They'll tell you if you use that, I'm not talking to you. I go, okay, okay, okay. I'll put it away. Even the cat balls they don't like. So guess what? I gotta put everything away. And I said, okay, now you can talk to me. He goes, yeah, I'll talk to you
Our
now. I
basic,
go,
we go with our basic. We go in with a pair of dowsing rods and a pendulum.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
That's
know.
what. That's why I make pendulums here. You see, I have pendulums. You see,
I'm
this is
nice.
a dragon. It dragons protect against evil. Pendulum. This is an obsidian pendulum. So that's you wear it around your neck. Yeah, it's a necklace. But and
I will.
I usually put an
Buddies.
obsidian or a selenite in the mouth. You living in Asia, you get all this. You get all the kinds of fun stuff, right? Because they just uh they dig it out of the earth around in this country, and we got a lot of
Uh,
volcanoes. So
I
yeah,
know. I know. I have my medicine bag, my Native American medicine bag that I have
yeah,
for my protection. I have that with
yeah.
my God. It's
But
ghost beads, obsidian, and
yeah,
um, the
Silver.
quartz and
yeah,
the 1881 Morgan silver dollar that was minted using silver mined from Tombstone.
yeah. You got to be careful about quartz because quartz can invite them when you don't want certain spirits. So you have
Mhm.
to be very careful how you use
Yeah,
quartz, right?
yeah.
Um, Selenite would be better. Obsidian, um, uh, amethyst, rose quartz.
It is rose
Uh,
quartz that I have in there.
yeah.
It's no, it is. That's what's in there. Yeah, and that was the one that was blessed by Charlie too. So
Yeah. So you have to be careful about which ones you bring with you.
yeah,
Tiger Eye is really good. Tiger Eye is excellent for that. Um, yeah, and Ruby Light also protects. So
you taking
people
money.
don't realize that you can't bring whatever you feel like being there, and you can't expect it to protect you, especially in this country. They don't give a rat's ass what stones
Right,
you have. I
right.
could be protected to the hill, and it won't work. So I've done that, been there, done that in this country. So
Right.
it's just the offset of certain countries, of certain cultures, where certain things don't work. Yeah, and they come after you whether you like it or not.
Right.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Dude,
It's
hi man, we got over 71 views on TikTok that are watching right now.
yeehaw.
So
Not
keep it
bad.
up. Good work, guys. Keep it up. You know what? Bree, you've been quiet. What's going on with you?
Nothing. I've talked.
I
She was
mean, you
laughing
talk.
too. You see, I'm the quirky one of the podcast, right? I do quirky
Yeah,
stuff and I say
Breeze
quirky.
is quiet. I'm just reading through the I'm just reading
Yeah.
through the comments.
I'm a listener. I listen. I watch.
Uh,
I'm the
Observe.
so
weird
you like
one.
me?
Yeah.
I always, you know what? I always tell people I just watch
Yeah.
when you.
He does. He lets me do all the work.
Hey, I'm the one that's always in the shadows. I'm the always peeping around the dark corners, just looking and
And
preparing.
and guess what? And guess what? Guess what? I'm the one who has to help him out every time he gets into trouble too.
Well, if we're gonna stick around on this for another couple minutes, I'm gonna take them out, right?
Okay.
Hey Terry, if we're gonna stick around for another 10, about another 10, 15
Yeah,
minutes or so
yeah,
of the podcast, I just need to go run the dog out real quick, okay?
yeah, yeah. I was about to say that.
I'll give you a chance to talk. I gotta take
Yeah. No worries.
Well,
Um,
Bree, We're gonna pick on you for a while.
Okay.
You know,
Now you get to talk, Bree.
I don't pick on women. Only you do.
yeah, I mean, I don't mind picking on women. They okay. They can handle it. One thing one thing I do know about women, they are very resilient. They got a lot of power behind them. They will be all right. Bree, is it? I mean, you were into this. See, you were the paranormal investigator after you met Brian, right? So it
Correct.
was Brian, then you. Okay, so what did you think when Brian told you what he did for a living?
Well, so he so it actually happened with us having a discussion because I was yeah, I have to talk now. um so I've always been able to see certain things ever since I was really, really little. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what came up. I go, I've been seeing this in the house. I'm just trying to figure out, because then I didn't really have too much information. Growing up Catholic, it's a big no-no in the house, right?
Yep.
Yep. So it was never really discussed. It was never really, I it was not really discussed or accepted. So we were just talking, and so when he goes, well, I have the same, I could see things, I know things, I can understand things. I'm like, okay, cool. So we just kind of been building off from there. And so I didn't think he was crazy. It was actually nice to find someone who was validating what I was seeing or hearing or whatnot.
Interesting. So, do your parents
Being
think you crazy?
Probably.
being Catholic, I think, we talk about the spirits in Catholic, okay, in the religion, the Holy Spirit, okay. But doesn't that kind of like it deviates from, you're supposed to believe in the Holy Spirit, okay?
Right.
I'm also Catholic too, okay? But I think it kind of like say what I do, not do what I say, kind of like saying you're
Right.
supposed, and it doesn't make sense, right? And the only time where I got looked sideways was during a mass when the cardinal was walking. He looked at me, going, like this, and I go, like that. And I think he knew what I was, and I think he knew what I could do. But he went, he kind of like he gave me a different look because it just, okay, she's one of those. But I think, you know, we're supposed to have these beautiful gifts that God chose for us to have. And why is it so bad for us to use our gifts for the greater good? And
Right.
why is it so bad that we are shunned upon by the religion by the Catholic religion, that yet if anything demonic happens, a Monsignor from the Catholic Church would be called upon to
Right.
remove the dark entity from the person or from the room or whatever. It doesn't make sense,
About
They
my favorite
don't
subject.
really
Yeah.
want to listen. They don't want to listen, and they don't want to admit that there are things in this world that we cannot explain, but it does happen. And like I said, the veil between the spirit world and the human world is very thin, and you're going to see a lot more going on. And guess what? There's going to be a lot more happening later on in life that you cannot explain, and you cannot shun, and you cannot run away from, right? So being Catholic means a whole lot of malarkey when it comes to this kind of thing, because they don't want to listen. And they said, oh, that's, you can't be doing this, oh, you can't be doing that, oh, you can't be doing this. I said, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Why can't I help the
Yeah,
dead? What's the matter with you, right? And you know what? They said, oh, if you hear the dead, you're demonic. I go, yeah, right, thank you.
The biggest question is, what is the, maybe you guys can help me out with this. What is the hierarchy of the Catholic Church? What different levels are there?
I can't answer that one. I was I was raised Christian and Catholic, and as I get older, I believe in higher beings. I'm not a real big fan of labeling religions and who has the best seat in the house and who gets the steak and who gets who gets the steak and who gets the ass end of a cheeseburger type thing.
I'll take the cheeseburger.
Back Potter, it goes, even as an ordained minister, I left the church, Christian faith to walk my own path. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And
yes,
it's just,
and it is popes, cardinals, bishops,
and
priests.
Yeah. It's
deacons.
Arguing or talking to somebody about religion, and this is gonna it's all about who has a better imaginary friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are things that cannot be explained
Mm-hmm.
in any religion.
I think it's a slippery slope when you go down that area, right?
Right.
And-
Oh, exactly. It's just it's like things you don't talk about in a bar is politics and religion. It's just everybody has their belief system. Everybody believes in, like I said, they're the imaginary friend. And if what you believe in is what you believe in, is what you were raised to believe in. I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that away from anybody. If that works for you, then good. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Right.
My personal beliefs is, yes, there are higher beings, there are higher powers, there are stuff that, going back and talking, what we touched on earlier, about the ancients. There's been stuff that's been going on that, the human mind cannot get a grasp on it.
No.
And if they did, people would be terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And if they saw what we saw, they'd be heading for the hills, right?
Oh yeah. And that was the hard part, because like growing up, it was like, what? Okay, so I just saw this, and I remember I forgot who I was just recently telling. I remember. And it's one of those memories, because I think it terrified me so much. Was my grandfather lived in apartments. This is kind of the vague part, but it was like he lived in apartments in Chandler, and I just remember looking out the window, and I know there was a tree there, but I saw a full face of a wolf in the window, and I just remember panicking, and they were like, "There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Your mind's playing tricks on you," and that's what I remember a lot is, it's just your mental mind playing tricks on you. There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
Come out to Arizona and see, come see your shadow beings. Come see, go to a house where, the outside has got, shadow beings and shadow figures just stalking the house, and, go to a house in the desert where you've got Native American spirits, or go out to the Dragoons about 10 miles from here, where, you see stuff popping up from above the rocks, and you just get this bad feeling like you can't be here. You need to go.
Yeah.
Having them follow you 8 or 10 miles out in the desert, having them follow you, jump from tree or jump from, small tree to small tree.
Yeah.
Then when you get there, you get to the end of this road, and you see this probably about a 3.5 foot tall barn owl. There. And barn owls, or owls for natives, are they're omens. You go back into that, they're either a good omen, they represent good or bad depending on the different Native American belief system. But here, the Apache's owls are bad omens. They represent death. They represent darkness, and to be followed out by these shadow figures or, beings from where we're at, and just this overall feeling of dread, like if we stay here, something bad's going to happen. It's just like you said, I mean, if the human conscious could understand truly what goes on out there, especially in our industry,
Mm-hmm.
the world would be full of mental institutions.
Oh, you know what? Imagine all these people who were empaths died in mental institutions too,
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they could see more. And if you don't fit in that square box, yeah, you were considered as.
Oh.
And you know
Shannon
what?
agrees.
Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I am a kooky person. I am a crazy person. I
Yeah.
am that
Yeah,
kind of.
great comment by Triage. We have religious leaders that cherry pick what they think we should do.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mhm.
Great comment, Triage. Great comment.
Yeah.
It,
And so
it,
Potter, yeah, pure consciousness. You know what? Yeah, no God, no devil. It's what we want to. It's what you manifest and what you want to believe.
Right.
yeah, exactly. And you know what? We have good, we have
Very
bad
well said.
in all of us, right? And you can't say that but there's no such a thing as okay. There's no such thing as devil, there's no such a thing as hell. Heaven is what you make of it when you die. Because everyone's heaven is different when they die. It's just what we are taught as children. We have to re we have to re we have to redo our minds, because what we are taught is not what is really reality out there. And I think we have to.
Something's after him.
I think we have to change how we think now.
He's just looking.
He's just looking.
But
You
yeah,
know,
no,
we
great topic.
Yeah.
We went from paranormal to how religion ties into the paranormal. I like that.
Yeah.
it be and it's just that being told that you're not supposed to do this really picks me in the wrong place. Like it,
I wish. Right.
and it hurts. It hurts because you know what? I respect all religion. I respect what I do, and I respect the temple that I go to. It's not, it's a pagan thing. Okay, I'm a pagan. Okay, so it's a pagan thing, and I think it draws me more closer to this, because being told what I can't do and can do really burns me at both ends of the cigar, right? So I think I change
Hmm.
more to Buddhism and more to this than going with the North American religion, because there's too many friggin' rules.
Yeah. And one thing we have to remember, and it's kind of funny. So, like, the Bible itself was certain books were cherry picked.
It was written by man.
Right. But there are so one of our friends, and we have these conversations all the time about grounding when it rains, standing in the rain, cleansing yourself.
Yeah.
And so one of the conversations we were having was they have a Bible that includes books that talk about giants in the past. They talk about
Yeah.
other beings. They don't all have names, but other beings. But because the Christian church didn't know how to put that together, a lot of it was taken out when King James book was written.
Without scaring everybody to death.
Yeah. But you know what? It still scares the shit out of everybody, right? Because
Right.
history has a lot of scary stuff that happened, and
Yep.
it was before and right after evolution. And you could say, who was there first? eh, the chicken or the egg, right? And it's yeah, and okay, yeah, I'm going overboard, but there you go, right?
Right.
I think
Interesting.
I'm happier where I am now, knowing that I can do what I do and I can help people, and I'm in a good place, okay? And
Right.
Yeah,
I really don't have to worry about it, right? And yeah, I do cleanse, and yeah, I do pray, and yeah, I think I'm more religious this way than other people think I am. And you become more intuitive within yourself. and you
Oh,
know what you right.
that's a good that's a good take, Potter.
Yeah.
That's a good take. Like I said, I mean, religion plays it plays a big role in our industry.
Yeah,
A lot of people, like I said, I mean, a lot of people will go here, this, and this, and this, and this, and then it goes, well, I saw a dark entity, everything, every shadow in the corner, that's just your eyes, not really playing tricks on you, not really pareidolia or anything like that. And
yeah.
I always tell people, like with shadows and things of that nature,
We're not talking about you, Shadow.
look, how to focus. I would look for the dark, look for the darkest part of the dark.
Yeah.
And or look for the part of the dark that focus on the part of the darkness that doesn't move.
I'll be right back.
And when something moves, then you have something.
We have a lot of shadow figures here because in this country you are allowed to end your suffering in your life to begin a different life. Okay, so suicide is more accepted here than in America or anywhere else. And by the Buddhist faith, you're allowed to end your suffering to begin a new life.
Yeah.
So you will find a hell of a lot more shadow figures here. They walk the earth here. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of sword fighting. There's a lot of samurai warrior fighting. Like,
yeah,
this place is also friggin' haunted too. But yeah, but there's a lot of stuff that went on in the past that nobody wants to talk about. Young people don't talk about it because yeah, it's a no. But when you have a lot of dark shadow figures, it kind of messes with the people who just want to live in their apartment or just want to be free and happiness, right? So
Right.
it kind of messes with it. So you find a lot of problems when you want to buy a property, when you want to own a house, when you just want to rent a house, or rent an apartment. You'll find that there's a lot of problems with rental agencies and buying homes with the soil being tainted already. And that's why you have to have some kind of clairvoyant when you want to buy something, because you want to
Yeah.
make sure your property is clean. Like mine, we just moved out from a bad place for 20 years, and it was so bad. It was a suicide condo, and yeah, we couldn't live there anymore, and we just dumped half the stuff that we had, and we bought new furniture, we bought new curtains, we bought new everything. We bought new washing machine to move in here. But yeah, there are some places that you just can't fix.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
And
that's
there's I'll touch on that real quick. There are some places that shouldn't be fixed.
yeah.
And there's places where, like, we've gone in and we've gone in and we've experienced some crazy shit. We've done our best to help. And there's also places that no matter what you do, they're still going to revert to those places that can't be fixed.
And you know what? Do you know what's the best advice? Move out, right?
Burn it. Can of gas and a match.
Yeah.
Right.
Take the
But
insurance. Take the insurance money for the win.
It's
And
just really bad.
So many businesses fail. Like I said, I mean, I can walk up a block and a half, and I can be, I could be at the blood. I mean, I could be standing at the bloodiest intersection in the history of the Southwest, or one of the most, one of the most haunted haunted places in the United States. And there are so many.
Yeah.
Okay, that was sideways.
But yeah.
Okay, Potter, that was out of left field. Going back to that, I mean, we've got 4 blocks of the most haunted place in the United States.
Yeah.
There are so many businesses that fail. So many
Yeah.
people come in. They go, well, what happened to this business? Oh, they only lasted 6 months, and they because they weren't a fit for town. And this town has an energy all of its own. The town doesn't want you here. It's you. If they don't want you, if the town doesn't want you here, you will be gone. It will chew you up and spit you out. If you make it more than 2-3 years, then yeah, all right. Then yes, all right. You are determined to be here by the town. The town doesn't want you. Okay, bye. I can tell you probably 5 or 10 businesses in the last 6 years that have just like up and disappeared. People come in. Oh, you remember so and so? What happened to him? I don't know. He was here for about a year and never.
Do you also think like here real estate agencies do not have to divulge if it's haunted or not?
No, in Arizona, no.
Do you think that it's not really told of what's going on in that chunk of land that's for sale, that is swept under the carpet because of that too?
There's a stigmatism attached to death, and it's a negative stigmatism. And like I said, I mean, I worked in that industry. I mean, I've seen all sides. I've seen grief. I've seen people at their lowest. And it's kind of a morbid joke. As a grave digger, you know what? I was one of the last people that would ever let you down. Crematory manager. I mean, I've done some things in my line of work that I'm not. I still remember to this day, and I will remember until I take my last breath. There is such a stigmatism with death and dying.
But do you think that some parts of the land should not be developed under any circumstances because what happened?
100%. Yes.
Because the soil is
100%.
so tainted, because the soil is so damn tainted that whatever happens there is not going to work.
No, 100%. I 100%. I mean, yes, exactly. And we have a lot of that. We have a lot of that here. Government came in. Government came in when Arizona was just. We only became a state in 1912. We were a territory till 1912. We were one of the last states to become a state. Government came in, BLM, Bureau of Land Management. There's so much land out here that is owned by the government because of the fact that there is so much violence and bloodshed that I don't know if I'm not going to be a conspiracist X-File, thing, but there's a lot more than what people know about the land. As to why it is, why it was taken over, by the Bureau of Land Management, by the BLM, and it's not just for development and stuff like that. It's like when Tombstone. All right, little history. We had our first cemetery was up in the mines. Well, when the mining expanded, they kind of somebody died in a mine accident, explosion, gas, whatever, died in the mines. They would just bury them they just side tunnel, they bury them. They move over, then mine expanded or operations expanded. Well, we need more ground to mine. So we're going to dig them up. Then we're going to put them in one cemetery. Well, that one cemetery is now where our Circle K and Family Dollar stands, or where our Family Dollar stands. Our original Circle K and Family Dollar stand. Well, when they were building that, they built that right next to a wash. Well, we had a 100-year storm, and wooden cast or pine boxes from the 1800s were washing down, heading up down the wash. That land is cursed. Then they moved into Boot Hill. When Boot Hill closed, they moved them to our city cemetery. So yeah, we have houses that are built on top of graveyards from the 1800s.
Yeah, it's kind of You see, you have land there. We don't have land, right?
Yeah.
Our land is really small, and everyone's compacted, and it's stuck in this one chunk of property here. But yeah, you gotta be a really good scientist in order to find out if your land's clean or not. And it's happening all over the place here. And finding a clean chunk of land to live on, good luck.
Well, like us, I mean, like you said, our house. I mean, our house. We have about 150 to 160 miles of underground tunnels from the mines here. You
Yeah.
know, it's hard to find the place in Tombstone where somebody either didn't die in the mine underneath their house or wasn't buried in the backyard because that was the easiest place for them to do.
Yep.
You know,
Goose, you there?
you know, it's what, you know, like, can we tell people? Well, yeah, we live in a haunted house. What? Yeah, we live in a haunted house. I'm banned.
Yeah, exactly right. I wouldn't live in any more haunted houses here because, yeah, once you live in one haunted house in Japan, you don't want to. No, you wouldn't want to do that. It's hell on earth. Actually, it is in this country because it's so different. It's so dark and it's so horrible. That's why I live in a clean house now. But there are things here that you cannot talk about, and I still can't talk about it just because I don't want to give it energy. Because it's 45 minutes away from where I live, and
Hmm.
it'll come out if I talk about it, and that's why I don't talk about it. And that's why
No,
it's
for your
kind
own
of dark.
safety, please. No, for your own safety.
It's kind of dark, and no, I don't want to go
For your,
there.
for your own safety, Irene. Yeah, we get it. We get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
We get it. All right, guys, we've been going on 2 hours, almost
Yeah,
an hour and 56 minutes, man.
yeah, man. Look,
Well,
it's been really good to be back, Terry. And I mean, it has been our pleasure. You're an absolute sweetheart. Love to chat with you again. Yay! Love to chat with you again. And yeah, we'll try and find you on social media and stuff like that. Now we'll stay in touch for sure if you don't mind.
Yeah.
am I a sweetheart? You call me a sweetheart?
No, but next time you ever come down to our neck of the woods, man, I owe you a cold one.
Actually, I will be there. I will be in Arizona. I think in Tempe. I will be in Tempe on the.
What you doing up in Tempe? That's about 180 miles north of northwest of where we're at.
Actually, my little cousin plays for Baylor University. He plays football.
right
And
on.
I think we're driving over there to watch. I think they play in Tempe. They play Arizona.
Baylor's gonna be playing what? ASU or what do they? What sport do they play?
He plays football.
Y'all are gonna be playing at Sun Devil Stadium at ASU.
Yeah.
Yeah, ASU.
So,
yeah, right on.
I'll be headed there. I think it's in October.
Yeah, right on, man. Well, have fun, man. Have fun.
Yay. Jump on a plane and meet me.
Right. We'll figure something out, brother. We will.
Oh my
You
god.
see,
Guys,
Terry says I got my points.
Thanks for jumping in on the conversation. Y'all had some really good points. And once again, for the up and coming teams out there, like I said, don't stop grinding. Keep doing what you do. There's a reason why we do this. There's a reason why we were called into this. And just,
Are you hungry?
if you think you see something, grab yourself a camera and shoot some photos, and you'll never know what you come up with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Terry says I got my horn sticking out all the time. Oh, yeah, kind of do.
He's always in
I'm gonna let
trouble.
her have that.
Yeah,
All right.
I always say I'm an angel, right? I got my halo, and he goes, "No, you got your horns." And I go,
Well, something has to hold the halo up.
I don't want to put on my
Exactly,
halo
right?
because I'm not going to put on my halo because my horns are going to puncture it. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Till next time, okay?
All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you guys joining me on the show, man. We're looking forward to next time.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Hey, this is Terry
you know
and Irene.
what? When you're
Wow,
on
wow,
this
wow.
time in the woods, come and visit me. I'll show you great time.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Okay.
You have a good one, guys. Terry and Irene from
Deuces.
NSPST Paranormal. Peace. See you guys tomorrow, same time, same location.
All right.
Bye.
Irene, stay out of trouble.
All right.
Bye, guys.
All right, T.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
You
The ones who died with blame. Shame the ones who died with blame. Shame the ones who died with blame. Shame the ones who died with blame.